Welcome to Finance Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something huge, money in the modern home. I'm talking about living with a partner, maybe you're back with your parents, or you've got a house full of friends. The thing is, the old rulebook, it's totally useless for us. So here's a question for you. What if your living situation, the very roof over your head, is your biggest financial asset, but also your biggest risk? Kind of scary, right? Well, your home could be the key to building serious wealth, or it could be a total financial nightmare. In this video, we're going to show you how to make sure it's the first one. Look, the financial playbook our parents and grandparents used, it just wasn't written for us. It was for a world that doesn't really exist anymore. So, you know what? It's time we write a new one, together, right now. All right, section 1, let's talk about your universal financial toolkit. Think of these as the absolute must-have tools for building a strong financial house. It doesn't matter who you live with, get these fundamentals right, and seriously, everything else just falls into place. Okay, what's the cornerstone of any solid plan? It's simple, but it's not always easy. You've got to have open and honest communication about money. I know, it can feel awkward. But trust me, avoiding the money talk is the quickest way to blow up both your bank account and your relationships. So, you're talking about money. Great. But now what? How do you actually structure things? Well, there's this amazing framework called the yours, mine, and ours model. It's super flexible, and it's all about balancing your own financial freedom with the household's shared responsibilities. Let me break it down. It's actually really simple. Yours is your personal account. Your money, your freedom, spend it how you want. Mine is their personal account. Same deal. And then there's ours. That's a joint account, and here's the key. It's only for the shared bills. Rent, groceries, utilities, that's it. Here's a great way to think about it. It's basically the blueprint for your financial house. You wouldn't just start throwing up walls without a plan, right? This system tells you exactly where all the money goes, making the whole structure way, way stronger. All right, and every good house needs a fire extinguisher, right, for when things go wrong? Well, that's your shared safety net. It's that stash of cash you have ready to go for those unexpected emergencies. You know, the financial fires that can pop up out of nowhere. So how much do you need in that safety net? The magic number is 6 months. That's the goal. 6 months of your essential living expenses sitting in a shared account ready to go. Having this one thing in place is literally the difference between a full-blown crisis and just an annoying inconvenience. Hey, just a quick pause here. If you're finding this useful, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. It honestly makes a huge difference, and it keeps us going. Thanks. Okay, so now that we have that solid foundation, the toolkit, let's get into the fun part, customizing it. How do these tools change for different types of households? We're going to look at a few modern setups. First up, cohabiting partners. If you're living together but not married, this is probably the first big money challenge you'll face. How do you split the bills fairly? And here's the thing, fair doesn't always mean a perfect 50-50 split. So what's the right move? You've basically got 3 main ways to go. There's the 50-50 split, which is super simple if you earn about the same. But if one person makes way more, that can feel pretty unfair. A better option might be an income-based split, where you each contribute a percentage of your paycheck. Or you could split by category, like you handle the rent, I'll handle all the food and utilities. It's all about what feels right for you. Now, what about multi-generational homes? Maybe you live with your parents or your adult kids are back home. The absolute key here is structure. Set up what we'll call a family financial council. It sounds formal, but really it can just be a regular chat around the kitchen table. The point is to keep everyone in the loop so there are no surprises. Okay, now for a strategy that is a total game changer. It's called house hacking. It sounds a little intense, I know, but the idea is brilliant and simple. You buy a place and you get other people to pay your mortgage. Seriously, this is one of the fastest ways to build wealth through real estate. And get this, it's probably way more achievable than you think. You don't need a huge pile of cash. You can often use low down payment loans meant for regular home buyers. So here's how it works. You buy a duplex or a triplex, you live in one of the units, and you rent out the others. That's it. Your tenant's rent payments cover most or maybe even all of your mortgage. All right, listen up, because this next part is maybe the most important thing we'll talk about. We need to talk about getting things in writing. And please, hear me on this. This is not about planning for a breakup. It's the ultimate act of care. It's about protecting each other. Let me be super clear here. Without a written agreement, if things go wrong, you could lose your home and every single dollar you put into it. But with an agreement, your investment is legally protected. The difference is night and day, and the risk of not having one is it's way too high.
I love this quote because it completely changes how you should think about this. This isn't about planning for a breakup, it's about building a partnership on trust and clarity. See? It's about getting ahead of any potential confusion so you can have those conversations now when everything is good, instead of later when things are stressful.
So, what does this actually look like? Well, here's your basic legal protection checklist. If your partner's living together, you need a cohabitation agreement. If you're buying property with friends or family, that's a property co-ownership agreement. And for absolutely everyone, I don't care who you are, a will and a durable power of attorney are non-negotiable. Get them done. Okay, let's wrap this up. Your financial future redefined. When you put all these pieces together, your unique living situation stops being some kind of financial headache. It transforms into what it was all along, a massive opportunity.
This is the big idea I want you to walk away with. Being proactive with your planning is what flips the switch. It takes your household from being a potential challenge and turns it into a powerful platform for building real wealth. Remember that question I asked at the beginning, asset or risk? This is how you guarantee it's an asset. Think about it. You've already redefined what household even means. You're living life your way. So isn't it time you redefined how your household builds wealth too? Hey, if you liked this video, please hit that subscribe button. It really does motivate us to keep making more content just like this. Thanks so much for watching.